This week in Meghan and Harry news, as the Markles bark up the wrong tree to clean up their image ahead of their new fake award, PR disasters and natural disasters keep plaguing them. All this and more right here on Leilani of Barbados World News of the World. Good evening. Tonight we send our thoughts and prayers out to all the people of the Philippines who have been affected by the 6.9 magnitude earthquake. Samantha Markle quickly took to Twitter to tell everyone that it's all Meghan's fault. She tweets, "My father is stuck on the 19th floor of a building in the Philippines after a massive earthquake and he can't walk and he's trapped. Shame on my disgusting, evil, effing sister for ever putting our father in this position. I hope she is cursed." As you can see there, Samantha Markle would have preferred for Meghan to use flower sprinkles to elevate her father right up out of that building. Mainstream media immediately took up the story. Meghan Markle's dad trapped in massive Philippines earthquake. Sister blasts evil duchess for turning blind eye. Enter Thomas Markle stage left. Thomas Markle wanted to put out some content. He has not made a YouTube video in a few months, almost 3 months. And he decided that today, the earthquake day, was the day for him to review the marmalade jam from As Ever brand. And nothing was going to stop him, not even an earthquake. So he contradicts Samantha's urgent cries for help by putting out a video where he's tasting this marmalade, spitting it out on the ground, laughing, having a good old time doing this review. He's in his same apartment in the Philippines, not under rubble, with access to the internet, etc., etc. And so that forced Samantha to come back with a second tweet. She tweets, "I wish to extend our deep gratitude to everyone expressing concern about my father. Thank you. As of today, he is okay and making plans to get out of that building."
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
But we're okay. Dad's okay. A little shooken up, but everybody in the building is safe. There's no damage here. There's a few cracks here and there, but as far as damage wise, no. This is a very well built earthquake design building.
They seem to be safe for now. Yes, because Thomas Markle Jr. is also in that building making videos and uploading them on YouTube, right? Electricity intact, everything. Anyway, she says, they seem to be safe for now and hopefully there will be no serious aftershocks. Provisions are being made so that he won't be trapped in a similar situation again. God bless and stay safe, everyone. What a backtrack if I ever saw one. Just as she was about to launch that GoFundMe, Thomas Markle Jr. came out here being honest. Now, here's the thing. I don't have a problem with Thomas Markle and Samantha Markle grifting or doing whatever they want to do to make money off of Meghan Markle. After all, nobody makes more money off of people than Meghan Markle. She made money off the royal family and continues to do so. But what I do have a problem with is their consistency. Like if they're going to do this cry wolf thing, then they need to have a meeting of the minds and decide this is what we're going to do. So Thomas, you can't go on ahead and upload a YouTube video laughing and cackling when I'm trying to tell, this is what Samantha would say, when Samantha's trying to tell the world that they're in distress. I think Samantha and Thomas are very different personalities. Thomas is just trying to do his thing, do his bit. If you look at the video that he put out with the marmalade thing, this is a bit that he had obviously written and scripted and really was looking forward to doing. And whereas Samantha's like, opportunity. In fact, she went on to do several interviews. She definitely likes to get paid to do interviews. You know she's getting paid, right? She gets paid. And it's just very difficult to keep up with what Samantha Markle is really trying to do. You know, she has lost her lawsuit against the defamation lawsuit against Meghan Markle, which I did predict she would lose. And then she appealed it and looks like she's going to also lose the appeal because she has the most piss poor lawyer in the entire world. I mean, if he is not working on a contingency basis, girl, I don't know what contingency is, because there ain't no way she paid him to do the terrible job that he has done in that courtroom. So I do understand that Samantha might be feeling a lot of frustration at the moment. I guess because Barbados is a country that suffers a lot of natural disasters like hurricanes, I really don't appreciate the cry wolf thing that she did there. But luckily the Markles in the Philippines are fine, unlike a lot of the Filipino citizens, okay? No thanks to Meghan Markle, the humanitarian. This is all not a very good look for Meghan Markle's upcoming humanitarian award. It almost seems like the universe is aligned, trying to prove what not a humanitarian she is. Do you think she'll be heckled at this awards ceremony like she was at the ESPYs? Another set of earth-shattering news is that Jessica Mulroney, the ex-best friend of Meghan Markle from Toronto days, is thinking of penning a book, might pen a book for the right price. There are conflicting articles about this alleged book. Duchess in distress? Meghan Markle allegedly worried sick over best friend Jessica Mulroney's tell-all book about her. Versus why Meghan Markle's former BFF won't cash in on their friendship despite a reported $1 million offer. I would not be as interested in Meghan and Jessica traipsing around Toronto and high society and going here, there, and everywhere with, the hoi polloi, whatever. I'm more interested in what happened in their friendship, their fallout. So just to refresh you, Jessica Mulroney is, or was at the time of Meghan Markle's wedding, one of the only decent friends she had. Jessica Mulroney is very much in big up high society of Toronto. She's married to, I believe, one of the Prime Minister's sons. She helped Meghan know the right people in Toronto, and Meghan Markle stuck to her like white on rice, as we would say, okay? Like Batty and Bench, as we would say in the Caribbean. All three of Jessica Mulroney's children were part of Meghan Markle's bridal party when she married Harry. Yes, that is the same child, the girl that Meghan pitted against Princess Charlotte and made Princess Charlotte's life a living hell. But I don't want to talk about that. Meghan's a monster, end of. But this is why she invited these children to be part of her bridal party, because Jessica was such a pivotal part of Meghan's life in Toronto. So fast forward to about a year before the Oprah interview, and the reason why I'm using the Oprah interview timeline like that is because I believe that what happened between Meghan and Jessica was the inspiration for the race baiting that Meghan did on Oprah. Meghan used the blueprint of Jessica's suffering to make the royal family suffer. And I'm going to explain it all right now in a way that only Leilani of Barbados can. So Jessica Mulroney was a big deal in Toronto. Okay, she had her own TV show where she was doing up people's weddings for them in a series called I Do Redo. And then she also had all these sponsors, and she was involved a lot in charity work. She had her charities that she supported. Then this black girl who said she's a social media influencer called Sasha Exeter had some fixation on Jessica Mulroney, some rivalry with her, to the point where she started trolling her online during the Black Lives Matter movement. Black girl, Sasha Exeter, thought in her head for some reason that Jessica Mulroney should champion the Black Lives Matter movement along with the other charities and work and life that she was lifing. Jessica at the time, she must take on the BLM cause. So after Sasha was sneak dissing and trolling Jessica got really tired of it and decided to send Sasha a legal letter. I think a sort of cease and desist. I wonder who gave Jessica that advice to send legal letters out to Sasha. That is very Meghan Markle coded. As you know, Meghan threatens to sue everybody. And Sasha took umbrage to this letter. I mean to say, Sasha, this is why you can't feed trolls. Sasha was so excited to receive anything from Jessica that she took to YouTube and made a 12-minute video destroying Jessica's reputation and essentially calling her a racist. It was very effective. It ruined Jessica's career. In fact, Jessica lost her television show, she lost all her sponsors, and the charity she was involved in disassociated from her, and she couldn't even really show up to events anymore. She basically went into hiding. And I think Meghan saw that. And I think Meghan said, you know something? Rather than I go out here and support my best friend, I'm going to use this experience and say the royal family is racist. Look at how effective this has been. I think Meghan knew she couldn't do both. She couldn't support Jessica as a white woman, not wanting to get involved in a movement she didn't want to get involved in, at the same time as calling the royal family racist. But let me go into more detail. After receiving the legal letter from Jessica Mulroney, black girl Sasha Exeter goes on YouTube and says that Jessica must support the Black Lives Matter movement because Meghan white passing Markle, okay, is her best friend, Jessica's best friend. Therefore, she has to support the movement. Roll footage. It's so crazy.
Jessica never wanted to stand up and use her voice in the first place and didn't understand why she needed to. This I found quite strange, seeing that she is very vocal about supporting many causes and very open about everything else. So how could she not be speaking up about this issue that's affecting everyone in the world? Also, her best friend is arguably one of the most famous Black women in the world. I just didn't get it.
You see that? You see that? Sorry. You see that swallow? She herself doesn't even believe that Meghan Markle is one of the most famous Black women in the world. This video was so poorly acted. Girl, I can't even... Look, that was my favorite part of the video. My second favorite part of the video was when she fake cries at the end.
The confidence to stand up for themselves too. Thanks for listening.
Not a tear in sight. Literally, my eyes are tearing up more from laughing than her eyes are tearing up from fake crying, okay? This is so crazy. It just tells you how the times have changed, because back in that time, this worked. Jessica was done. Now I have two questions. One, why didn't Black girl Sasha Exeter go to her Black girl idol, Meghan Markle, right? Because she's clearly a sycophant of Meghan Markle. Probably wanted to be her best friend. Probably got rejected by Meghan because Meghan has no Black friends. Probably that is why she got fixated on Meghan's actual best friend at the time, Jessica. Why didn't Sasha go to Meghan and say, Meghan, can you stand up for Black Lives Matter? Because Meghan did not contribute not a dime, not a farthing, okay, to the Black Lives Matter movement. So why didn't she go straight to the source? Not the best friend of the source, but the actual source, and say, Meghan, why can't you stand up for Black Lives Matter and use your voice? By the way, Sasha's from Toronto as well, so that's where I think the rivalry was all starting, and I don't know what she was trying to merch and do in her social media influencing life, but she clearly was taking this moment of Black Lives Matter to essentially bring attention to herself. At this time, a lot of people who could not make it on their own were using Black Lives Matter to bring attention to themselves. It was like, well, you have to listen to me now because it's Black Lives Matter now, okay? And that's exactly what was happening here. So I think that if Jessica Mulroney wrote a book where she told her side of this story, she would be vindicated. This article says why Meghan Markle's former BFF won't cash in on their friendship despite a reported $1 million offer. Well, maybe not for $1 million. What about $1 billion? Wouldn't that be great if Jessica Mulroney ended up being a billionaire before Meghan Markle? Let me tell you why I think she should. First of all, you would have to take the Oprah interview, which Jessica's suffering inspired. It was rumored that the earnings from the Oprah interview was around $9 million. Then you have to take into account the earnings from the Netflix deal, the earnings from the Spotify deal, the Archwell scam, the Lemonade. I mean, all the deals. You'd have to take all of those earnings, add to this $9 million from Oprah, and then you'd have to take into account the time and labor that it would take Jessica to write this book. And you might reach $1 billion as far as I'm concerned. So she might not do it for 1 million, but would she do it for $1 billion? I think she should. After all, Harry and Meghan are now mental health gurus. So they should understand that Jessica is trying to get these things off her chest for her own mental healing. Imagine how she must have suffered. I mean, we know she lost deals and we know that she went into hiding, but can you imagine how she suffered? But as Lady Colin Campbell said, Meghan and Harry don't know anything about mental health.
I think what people don't understand is they are contributing to mental illness, not to mental health.
But have no fear. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are heading to New York City next month after being awarded a Humanitarians of the Year award. That is going to be on October 10th, and we shall be watching that. Here it is, Humanitarians of the Year award. Prince Harry and Meghan, Duke and Duchess of Sussex, still using the titles, not supposed to. Co-founders of Archwell Foundation. Oh yeah, speaking of Archwell Foundation, I know that they didn't have Archwell Foundation at the time, but in terms of Meghan Markle sticking up for Jessica Mulroney, another thing that Meghan could have done was that she could have corrected Jessica's problems by coming out and saying, look, she's quietly donated the Black Lives Matter movement through me, Meghan. Because when I was in Toronto and broke like a dog, she was financing my outings and my outfits and the things that I could not afford. She could have said that there's no way Jessica Mulroney's racist. After all, I, Meghan Markle, am her best friend, and my mother is Doria Ragland, who's black. She could have said all these things. And I find it very crazy that these people are receiving humanitarian awards when Thomas Markle Sr. is living in the Philippines on the 19th floor. Jessica Mulroney was left to suffer and go into hiding when all Meghan Markle had to do was say, she's not racist. She contributes to all charities, including Black. I don't know. I have a check from her. Anything she could have done. But she sits there and she watches people suffering. I think she enjoys it. One has to only think at this point that she enjoys it. Who are the other people on this panel? Katie Couric is there. Listen, I would be so embarrassed to be on a panel with these two buffoons. I would say take me off the panel. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe. Give it a thumbs up for the algorithm and press the bell notification so you know when I'm coming out with my next one. Oh, and before I go, I never promote other channels, but if you like quick-witted, short videos of the royal news, especially in the Megxit community, all of us commentators, this is the funniest channel called Gossip Monger. It's brand new. Get in there at the beginning and tell them in the comments that Leilani of Barbados sent you there. Yeah, check it out. Gossip Monger on YouTube. Love you all. And you know that. Bye.